You need to first enforce the law, and then you need to help people get better that want to get better. But there's a group of people that don't want to get better. They haven't hit rock bottom. They love this lifestyle. They love doing drugs, and they're not going to get better. So I'm not going to let them sit on the streets in Tulsa and do that. We're going to actually enforce the law. But let me be very clear. I'm not solving the homeless problem. I'm not solving the homeless problem. There's so many ants on that ant pile. You guys know how to solve it, right? You know how to solve the homeless problem. I'm going to enforce the law, and I'm going to make sure that we don't have tents, and we don't have people camping on state property, and we don't have people doing drugs. And I'm thinking about the taxpayers, I'm thinking about the business community, I'm thinking about the school kids. Who's thinking about those guys? Everybody seems to be thinking about, oh, Stitt's not being nice. Well, I don't think it's very nice or compassionate to let people do drugs on the street. It took me a weekend to clear 500,000 pounds of trash. It took me a weekend, not 8 months.
But what he said
took me a
morning,
weekend.
and I don't know if you heard this, but he said that's it's the state's responsibility to take care of public rights of way. So what would you say to that? Why didn't you do that sooner?
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
Why doesn't he come? Is he going to come out and support me on it?
I'm sure.
So now he's
he will.
happy. He's happy that I came and did that. Is that what he's trying to say?
What he said this morning is he happy to work with any partner that he can.
Good. It'll go on for a while. We'll be back. We should be done. There's 11 more sites they're clearing this week. They should be done this week, but they'll come back to make sure that otherwise the homeless will just come right back to that same spot. So we're going to go back and we're going to enforce it again and again. And after 2 or 3 times, guess what? They're not going to come set their tent back up because they know it's going to be taken and thrown in the trash, and they'll move on to Portland or Los Angeles or San Francisco or somewhere else. I love my state. I want us to be top 10 in everything we do. I'm from Tulsa, lived there for 20 plus years, and just really, like most citizens, just over the last couple of years, just have been shocked with the amount of homeless that is coming into Tulsa. But really the catalyst was the business community. They reached out to me. They said, Governor, we have to do something. The biggest issue facing our city is homelessness right now. And we're getting zero help from the mayor, from the police in Tulsa. But what I tell people is it is not compassion leaving people on the streets doing drugs, leaving them camped in a tent out in the middle of the woods and the dangers that go along with that. That's not compassion. So we are going to enforce the law, and of course we want people to go get the help that they need.
Did you notify Mayor Nichols or any other city leaders prior to initiating Operation City?
I personally did not notify Mayor Nichols that I was starting it. Had conversations with him. I've had conversations with him quite a bit. We talked on the phone the other day as I said, hey, it is a problem. We have to clean this up. The fact that you're co-governing the city of Tulsa, or trying to, with a different police force, a different quote unquote sovereign nation is very concerning to me and the citizens of Tulsa. But there's other things that we can do to keep Tulsa safe, keep the other cities in Oklahoma safe. We're not foreclosing anything, any possibility.
Would that include the National Guard?
I mean, it could. It could.
So is this personal with Mayor Nichols, or is this just all?
No, listen, Mayor Nichols was in this building. I worked with him very well. I actually think of him as a friend. So nothing's personal with me. I'm doing a job. I didn't get into this job to make friends with everybody in this building. I work for 4.1 million Oklahomans, and I work for the taxpayer. And I'm trying to do the best I can to make Oklahoma top 10. And you don't want your CEO of your state to not make a decision based on a friendship with some mayor. You want your governor to make the right decision. That's what I'm doing for Tulsa. I didn't cause the homelessness problem in Tulsa. We're simply fixing it. That's it. He has an opportunity to fix it. I want to work with him. I hope he fixes it. This is a city problem. This isn't a state problem. The city needs to fix this homelessness problem. And I think his butt's in a sling a little bit. He knows he's getting political pressure. He's trying to swing and he's trying to politically maneuver, and he's got to run for re-election. I don't. I'm a second-term governor. It's very easy for me to not get involved with these fights. But the right thing to do is to help my state, protect my state, make sure that Tulsa is the thriving community that it needs to be. And of course, this is not political. I didn't cause this problem. And I'm not saying that this problem, he caused this problem either. He's only been mayor for 8 months. But it's a culture. He can change the culture like that. Why don't you ask him and his police chief, what has he ordered his police chief to do? That's the question you need to be asking.
What are you hearing these are?
You ask him. I'm not going to put words in his mouth. Okay. You go ask him and his police chief what they're doing. What is his police chief required to do? Are they cleaning up the streets? That's the question you need to ask the mayor.